Have you ever asked yourself whether you're truly living the best years of your life to the fullest? Maybe you feel like everything is fine, that you're living responsibly, doing the same familiar things day in and day out. But what if there are hidden habits silently draining your health, joy, and sense of connection in life? As we move into middle age or our senior years, many of us begin to believe it's time to slow down, pull back, and accept that the best is behind us. But the truth is, it's that very mindset, along with seemingly harmless habits, that gradually shrink our lives, sap our vitality, and make true joy harder to find. Small things like moving less, avoiding social connection, or living in the past can have a major impact on both your mental and physical health. The great news? You can change that completely. You don't need to do anything dramatic, just start with a few small shifts. Simple, intentional steps can help you reclaim your sense of energy, agency, and purpose. Once you realize that you have the power to choose, to shape your life, everything begins to change. Life doesn't stop just because you're getting older. In fact, this might be the perfect time to rediscover yourself, build new relationships, and live with more openness and energy than ever before. So if you're ready to step into your later years with optimism, a strong body, and a peaceful heart, stay with me on this journey. And if you found this message helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and share this video to help spread positivity to others. Now is the time to begin living a fuller life, not in spite of your age, but because of it. Mistake number 1, neglecting physical activity. We all have those days when we're exhausted, when all we want to do is lie down, rest, and tell ourselves we've done enough, that we deserve to stop. I completely understand. Modern life can be overwhelming. Between work, family, and 100 unnamed responsibilities. And in the midst of all that chaos, physical activity is often the first thing to fall off our list of priorities. But here's the truth. Those seemingly small things, like skipping a walk or putting off a few minutes of stretching, can lead to quiet but significant changes in our lives over time. The human body, especially as we reach middle age and beyond, doesn't just need rest. It needs movement. When we stop moving, our muscles begin to weaken, our joints lose flexibility, and our balance gradually deteriorates. These changes don't happen overnight, but they accumulate day by day, week by week, month by month, until one small fall could leave you bedridden for weeks. And it's not just physical pain, it's the emotional cost, losing confidence, independence, and that essential sense of control over your own life. But I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I believe you can change it with the simplest of actions. You don't have to become an athlete. You don't need to spend hours in the gym every day. Just one small, consistent step, like a 10-minute walk each day, can make a real difference. No gym, no expensive equipment, just you and your legs. It's not just movement, it's a message to yourself. You are still strong, you are still in control, you still have the power to choose how you live. I've seen many people transform just by keeping a small movement habit each day. It starts with 5 minutes, then 10, then 20. Over time, they feel more energetic, sleep better, improve their mood, and most importantly, feel mentally stronger. Mistake number 2. Withdrawing from social relationships. As we move into the later stages of life, maintaining social connections often becomes something we overlook, or worse, forget entirely. Many people quietly and gradually begin to withdraw from the world. It might be because they feel more tired, self-conscious about physical changes, or simply believe they have nothing left to contribute. I've heard things like, "I'm not as sharp as I used to be," or "they probably don't need me anymore." And those are the most dangerous thoughts of all, because they don't just create distance between you and others, they create distance between you and your truest self. What I want you to understand is this: social isolation is not a natural part of aging. It's a serious health risk. It's subtle but powerful, like a sweet poison. Loneliness doesn't just hurt emotionally, it has direct physical effects, increasing the risk of heart disease, depression, memory decline, and even shortening your lifespan. I've seen people who were once full of life slowly shrink away, losing their spark simply because they believed they were no longer needed. But you know what? Human connection, even the smallest kind, has incredible healing power. A morning text, a neighbor's "How are you?" or a warm handshake at a community event, all of it is a reminder that you are still seen, still heard, still valued. At any age, we need to feel like we belong. That's not just a feeling, it's a fundamental part of how we live and thrive. I'm not asking you to go to big parties or suddenly become an extrovert. Social connection doesn't have to be loud or complicated. Sometimes, all it takes is calling an old friend, signing up for an art class at the community center, or simply talking to the person in line. Mistake number 3. Neglecting sleep hygiene. As we move into middle and older age, sleep, once the most natural part of life, can suddenly feel distant and fragile, like a wisp of smoke fading into the night. Many of us lie awake for hours, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling, trapped in a cycle of restless thoughts. But here's what I want to emphasize. Poor sleep is not an unavoidable consequence of getting older. We shouldn't accept it as an inevitable part of aging. In fact, when sleep is not properly cared for, it can trigger a chain of serious issues, from memory decline and emotional imbalance to weakened immunity, higher risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even chronic depression and anxiety. Sleep, as simple as it may seem, is actually one of the core foundations of human health. And the older we get, the more we can't afford to take it lightly. Unfortunately, in our modern world, where busy schedules, technology, and constant pressure invade our minds, sleep is often the first thing to be sacrificed. But let's be honest, without quality sleep, how can we expect to have a healthy body or a clear, sharp mind? Improving sleep, especially as we age, takes more than just going to bed earlier. We need to rebuild our relationship with sleep, treating it as a sacred part of self-care. Setting a consistent bedtime isn't just for children, it's something adults must take seriously too. Our bodies crave stability. They need to be reminded that it's time to rest. One of the key factors is creating a calming bedtime routine. Whether it's sipping a caffeine-free herbal tea, reading a few pages from a physical book, doing light stretching, or spending a few quiet minutes meditating. These seemingly small actions send a powerful signal to the brain. It's time to wind down. These peaceful minutes are the bridge between the noise of the day and the deep, healing rest your body and mind desperately need. Controlling your sleep environment also plays a critical role. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m., don't eat dinner too close to bedtime, and especially stay away from electronic devices. The blue light from screens suppresses melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. You might not notice the effect of your phone or computer right away, but every night they are silently robbing you of precious rest. Try replacing late-night scrolling or checking emails with calming activities. You'll feel a noticeable difference within just a week. Quality sleep is not a luxury. It's a biological necessity, a healing medicine your body is constantly asking for. It restores the nervous system, balances emotions, boosts learning and memory, and even plays a major role in weight regulation. When you sleep well, you don't just feel better, you live better, make better decisions, and connect more deeply with the world around you. And the best part is, it's never too late to start prioritizing sleep. Whether you're 50, 60, or 70, you can create positive change just by taking sleep more seriously. Think of caring for your sleep. Mistake number 4, neglecting your brain. Neglecting the brain is one of the most silent yet dangerous things we can do to our long-term health. Sadly, it's something many people, especially those entering middle age or retirement, often fall into without even realizing it. As life slows down or we feel less pressure to learn new things, we gradually settle into a passive routine. Sitting for hours watching TV, scrolling aimlessly through social media, or engaging in activities that require little to no mental effort. But remember this: the brain, just like any muscle, will weaken if not exercised. And unlike other muscles, when the brain declines, we lose not just cognitive ability, but emotional responsiveness, and even our sense of identity. Cognitive decline doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in, day by day, as we allow our minds to fall asleep. It can start with forgetting a friend's name, struggling to make decisions, or feeling confused in once familiar situations. These moments are painful, not just because they disrupt daily life, but because they remind us that we haven't cared for the most valuable asset we have, our mind. The good news is, we can do something about it. The brain has an incredible ability called neuroplasticity, the capacity to form new connections, to learn, adapt, and grow, even in older age. This means it's never too late to invest in your brain power. Learning a new skill, like playing an instrument, painting, photography, pottery, or even reading about a completely new subject, is a powerful way to awaken your brain. The more you challenge it, the sharper and more vibrant it becomes. Activities like brain games, crosswords, Sudoku, learning a new language, or even journaling can help maintain and strengthen neural connections. Joining community classes, book clubs, or discussion groups are great ways to keep your brain active through both learning and social interaction. The key is to stay in a state of curiosity and exploration. Exposure to new ideas doesn't just make life more exciting, it also builds mental resilience, flexible thinking, and the ability to adapt to change. Besides mental exercises, we often mistake number 5, dwelling in regret. Neglecting the brain is one of the most silent yet dangerous things we can do to our long-term health. Unfortunately, this is something many people, especially those entering middle age or retirement, unknowingly fall into. Life slows down, or there's a sense that learning is no longer necessary, and gradually we slip into a passive lifestyle. Sitting for hours watching TV, mindlessly scrolling through social media, or engaging in activities that require little mental effort. But remember, the brain, much like a muscle, will weaken if not exercised. And unlike other muscles, when the brain declines, we lose our ability to think clearly, process emotions, and sometimes even recognize who we are. Cognitive decline doesn't happen overnight. It unfolds quietly, day by day, as we let our minds fall asleep. It can cause us to forget the name of an old friend, hesitate when making decisions, or feel confused in once familiar situations. These moments are painful, not just because they disrupt daily life, but because they remind us we haven't properly cared for the most valuable thing we have, our mind. The good news is, we can absolutely do something about it. The brain has an amazing ability called neuroplasticity. It can form new connections, learn, adapt, and grow even as we age. That means it's never too late to invest in your intellect. Learning a new skill, like playing an instrument, painting, photography, pottery, or even reading about a completely new topic, is a great way to wake up your brain. The more you challenge it, the sharper and more vibrant it becomes. In addition, activities like brain games, crossword puzzles, Sudoku, learning a new language, or even writing can help maintain and develop neural connections. Joining community classes, book clubs, or discussion groups, these are all ways to keep the brain engaged through social interaction and active learning. The key is to always put yourself in a state of learning and exploration. Exposure to new ideas not only enriches life, but also increases your ability to handle stress, think flexibly, and adapt to change. Beyond mental exercises, we often forget that the brain also needs to be nourished through quality sleep, proper nutrition, and regular physical activity. Daily walks, meditation, or simply spending time outdoors can improve blood circulation to the brain, supporting focus and memory. A diet rich in omega-3s, leafy greens, fresh fruits, and antioxidants serves as clean fuel for optimal brain function. A healthy brain does more than help you retain memories. It's the foundation for confidence, sound decision-making, and mental clarity. We often pour our energy into taking care of work, family, and our homes, but forget the most important thing, ourselves. Your body and mind, the two core elements that make up who you are, both need to be nourished, cared for, and loved. Neglecting sleep or ignoring your mental well-being doesn't just wear you down day by day. It silently robs you of the quality of life you truly deserve. But here's the good news. You can change that starting today. Begin with small steps, going to bed on time, putting your phone away a little earlier, reading a chapter of a book, learning something new. These small actions will add up to a life that is more sustainable, more present, and more vibrant. If something I shared in this video has resonated with you, a thought, a feeling, or even just a quiet spark of awareness, then give yourself the gift of continuing on this journey of growth. Hit that subscribe button because I'll be back with more meaningful, practical content, all with one goal: to help you live not just a longer life, but a better, more purposeful one. Don't just exist. Live with intention. And that journey begins with the choices you make today. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you again in the next video.